You fall.
That's so sexy.
Yeah.
So
Should've
that's
seen this in
it.
the suit.
Hey, let's talk.
Welcome back to Collective Sound. I have some guests with me today. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Will, and this is
Nick.
from Pacific.
From Pacific. And a little fun fact, Will helped me make my jingle for Collective Sound.
That's right.
Which
Cool
it gets
job.
so... That's the first thing anyone says.
No
when they
way.
mention the podcast. They're like, I love that jingle. I
Yeah.
said,
Maybe we steer Pacific in that, like, lo-fi Portland
Yeah,
kinda
there's got to be a
rock.
sync category for podcast show intros.
Yeah.
you could probably
Put on
make bank
Splice.
on it.
Yeah, put on
That's what- you can make bank off that. Maybe that's your next... Your
Only for
side
friends.
gig.
Intro money.
Only
Oh, yeah.
for friends.
Side
yeah.
project.
Side project
Side
for
project.
sure.
How are you guys? I know we already talked, but like, how's life? How are things? How's quarantine?
It's been great. I moved in with Will earlier this quarantine.
So cute.
And
It's been horrible.
watch it. But it's been awesome because we were just talking about this before.
We were.
But I used to live over in Donaldson, which for me was like 30 to 40 minutes away, because I would avoid highways.
Mm-hmm.
Because my car has had, no matter how much I get my car fixed, the service engine soon light comes on.
That just doesn't make sense. What kind of car is it?
It's literally
Funny
the same
story,
car
yeah.
as Will.
No way.
Yeah, if you come to our house, there are literally two of the same cars.
Yeah, we're the duo Xterra house.
Yeah.
Dual Xteras.
Dudes with the
Interesting.
duo exterior.
That's our side project.
Yeah.
But it's an older car. It's like 2005. Will's is a lot newer, but mine's a 2005 Xterra. And yeah, it just the check engine light keeps coming on, so I avoid highways on purpose.
Okay, yeah.
And
As you should, honestly.
yeah, so taking the back roads to Will's house from Donaldson.
Mm-hmm. Quite a hike.
Yeah,
But look-
quite a hike.
Now it's just walking outside your door.
Yeah,
Just
Right.
PJs on.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just taking turns
If
using
that.
the coffee grinder
I-
in the morning.
There you go.
I know, yeah. That's nice, too.
That is really nice.
Someone who offers to make me coffee in the morning sometimes. That's pretty cool.
Oh, boy.
Fill the kettle.
Look at this little
You gotta fill the
bromance.
kettle.
Fill the
for
kettle,
boy.
yeah. House
You're
rules. Yeah.
We need to start doing that at the Radish.
Mm,
We all kind of have different routines, though.
really?
You know, Lily's like a Keurig. Is that what
Oh,
that thing's
yeah.
The
called?
K-cup? The Keurig
Yeah.
K-cup?
She's like that kind of girl.
instant
Yep.
coffee.
Katie does like the full-on... I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what any of this
Pour
means.
over it, probably.
No, the like
Oh.
thing where you put it in the glass thing and then you push it
The
down.
Chemist?
AeroPress.
AeroPress.
Yes, she does that.
Correct.
Livy
That's
has
a
an
good
espresso. It's wild out here.
And you're like a
That
tea
is-
drinker?
I do. I'm going through a tea phase.
Loose leaf?
No, not quite yet. We're
Okay.
getting there.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'm trying to
Have you been to
broaden
Fire
my
Pot before?
palate. No.
Fire. I don't even know if they're open now in COVID,
No.
but my sister worked there for a little bit. But they're like a specialty tea bar on 12 South. So
Oh my gosh.
Fire Pot.
Fire pot.
Okay, cool. I'll hit it up.
Yeah, they have amazing chai. That's like what they're known for.
Oh, okay.
It's, they're like chai concentrate. So
Wow.
Are you doing tea to like avoid caffeine, or do you still drink?
I don't
caffeinated
drink
tea?
caffeine ever.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
wow.
don't really like the taste of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just never gotten into caffeine. So I just like just drink water, but that's so boring. You know?
That's
And like
Probably
a
the
glass
best
of
case
wine.
scenario,
I
though.
know, but
That's healthy.
so I've started a nice little nighttime routine where I make some tea and I read a book and
Love that.
you know, yeah, you
that
got to do it.
sounds really nice, actually.
Have you guys picked up any crazy habits or hobbies in quarantine?
Ooh. I feel like we've been through phases. Like,
We have there the poker chips.
gosh, yeah, Nick, it can like very quickly have like these little ticks that he does. Like if he's a serial beatboxer for one. So.
I've experienced that
Yeah.
already.
Should we
Wait,
give them
did
a
I do
sample, Nick? Should
Yeah.
we?
Was I beatboxing earlier?
Were you? Maybe not.
I don't remember.
Well,
That sounds like me. Though.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I-
To
can
the
we get some
doorbell. To the
Oh.
doorbell when we rang to get
Okay.
into the house. Yeah. Do you want to give a group?
You guys give me the doorbell.
Da, da, da,
I'm like,
da.
ooh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
I go off.
But
Well,
it's like he doesn't
yeah.
realize he does it. So like
Sometimes
I'll
I
be
don't.
turning the blinker in the car.
The blinker gets me.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know he does
fun.
it.
I love it so much.
He comes in on that snare.
Yeah.
So
It's like
All
it's
that-
like the
yeah.
build up coming right on 4.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
quite a. I mean, that's not a bad habit to say. I would, you know, it might get annoying.
Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes I annoy myself because it's what's funny, and we just discovered this, is it's always the same beat.
Oh, okay.
Like there's never any variety. It's just trap
slaps,
music.
slaps though. But
It
it's
slaps.
Wow.
But
It's
I
always
don't even
trap.
listen to that much trap music. Like I do every
Interesting,
now and
okay.
then.
yeah,
Big
it's in your
Drake fan.
blood for sure. He did go through this like poker chip phase where like we discovered my brother's like poker chip case, and he like got probably 10 to 15 of them,
Yeah.
and would just keep them by the couch, and we'd watch Netflix or something, and he would just shuffle them in his hands
I learned to shuffle poker chips,
Wow.
and it just felt
all
so
day
good.
long.
Just
Yeah.
Wow.
all day
I don't
long.
even know if I would have
And
known that was a skill to
Sam
have.
even lived with us for a while and was like, all right, like, we're done.
It's time.
And then Nick told me to hide them, so I did, and that phase has been gone since then.
I still don't know where to
Wow.
put them.
These
So
are quite
thank you.
unique.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Will, do you have any?
Wow. I feel like some TV shows are definitely
Ooh,
some
okay.
things we've
Mm-hmm.
picked up on.
Also, your habits that you've gone into are a lot less chaotic than mine. Like you have been super like strict with discipline, waking up at 7.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Dang.
like
I guess it's been good for me, yeah.
it's been you've been in like that. What's that tape board that you did in your room?
Oh, yeah, I did like a, it's kind of like in a,
Kugo or something.
yeah, there's a name for it, I can't remember, but it's like a Dave Ramsey technique kind of thing that
King.
you put like your to-do list in this
Mhm.
fashion of like doing like yet to do, and you do it in the order that you need to do it in. And
Okay.
it's post-it notes, so you literally move it from like you're doing to like do next to finished category.
Okay.
And so if there are certain things that come up that you need to expedite, you put them in like your fast track. You're like,
Uh-huh.
okay, these take precedent.
Okay.
Honestly, I haven't done it a ton on the reel, but I tried to do that for a while. I've tried a bunch of things like that to stay productive during quarantine,
And some good songs have come out of it too
yeah.
because of that.
Yeah. How's music in quarantine? How's that coming? How's being a band?
It's been, I mean, unique for sure.
Mhm.
Like, we can't obviously play shows, and that's the kind of stuff that like, I feel like unites us, and it's like our spark.
Mhm.
So like we leave. I don't think we've ever left a show not on level 10.
Oh yeah.
It's just so
Yeah.
fun, the adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
And even if like it was a terrible day up until performing, but I did notice last year we did like 100 shows last year,
Dang.
like
That's
all around
crazy.
the East, all
Uh-huh.
like self-book, self-promo. And so just from a logistics standpoint, it was exhausting.
Yeah.
And like we
I
did
can
most of
imagine.
that ourselves. And so quarantine, when it first started, I was like, actually, this is amazing because I can get back to
Lay
writing.
back,
Like,
yeah.
which is what that's like
That
how I
is so
process
true.
what happens. Like
Mhm.
shows fuel me up in like the charismatic, fun party way, but then songs are where I get to the deep stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
That's where you get in touch with
yes,
the inner will.
that's right.
Which-
who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah, I think I remember, like, I guess right before coronavirus kind of came to the States, you were, I feel like I do remember you kind of being, like, wanting to write, and, like, being kind of in a rut,
Yeah.
because you were wanting to, like, just focus on writing more.
Yeah, but
So
I
that's
felt like
been
I
awesome.
always had other things I needed to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like if your mind is crowded, it's hard to like free it up to to write something.
It was booking. It was booking shows that you were like sick of, like the logistics, the waiting for responses.
Exactly.
Yeah, emails.
Yeah.
And this goes right in hand with we watched The Social Dilemma yesterday.
Oh, I watched half of it, and whoa.
I missed it. I wasn't there.
Yes, that's
Like,
right. You weren't there.
Scary.
Yeah, totally. And now I get it. Your brain is like gets addicted to the dopamine rush of whenever you
100%.
refresh and
Yeah.
are waiting for things, the reward of notifications coming
Yes.
up, and how all of that is designed to get you hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
It took a toll on the songwriting.
yeah.
Isn't that scary after watching that though? Like,
Oh my god.
I just like can feel my phone around me now, and and it's just like terrifying. But
yeah.
and I work in it, which is even scarier. But anyway,
Right. Even the people who created this stuff,
or like we
they
need
don't
out.
use it. They don't let their
Self-aware.
kids use it.
Mm-mm.
So
Terrifying.
a lesson to be learned
Yeah.
for sure. But that has been a big thing. Is I feel like I've probably at a, I guess not. What's the opposite of generous? A conservative
Modest.
like estimate. I've probably written like 50 or more songs
Dang.
in quarantine.
That's
maybe
incredible.
more.
Yeah, it's wild. All like in very like different like veins, very different genres too,
Mhm.
which has been so cool.
Mm.
We really had the opportunity to like experiment and like look at all of our kind of different influences, like in like from an objective standpoint, and then kind of like experiment with songwriting in different ways, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
What are different ways
has
you've
been
been kind of exploring that? Because I know when I talked to Gatlin a couple weeks ago, she was telling me how hard it is for her to be writing in quarantine just because, you feel so like enclosed and there's not.
That's
so
true.
how do you think that's different for you? And where do you think you're kind of drawing that from?
Man, that's a great question. I don't know. I felt so inspired. It may just be from a year of like taking in new experiences and then like pouring out now.
Yeah.
And having the chance to do that. It could just be like there's so much newness that I'm experiencing within music right now. Like got into people like Kendrick Lamar last year, and there were just some sounds in that I was like, I've never thought of doing this in music before. I was like, I wonder how that translates to my like rock origins, know, because rock's pretty straightforward. It's chords, it's loud, it's energetic,
It's physical instruments.
It's
too.
physical. That's a huge thing. Like I've been messing around a lot with samples and like drum loops and how to create a sort of vibe out of things that I've never tried to do. So innately in that is like new creations, new things that sound really different from anything I've ever tried to do before.
It was even so I moved in June, which was like, but I had been living there since March.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the guy's Sam's room, he had been in Texas for like the month of March, and I was just
so long.
I was just kind of like camping over at his place for the month of March, and then I officially moved in June, but. I would kind of have my little studio set up in the basement because I like to kind of mess with like hip hop or kind of pop production, which is I'm a big like Ableton guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And so with that is I really love the idea of like sample manipulation and like MIDI stuff. So there'd be days where I'd be kind of in the basement in my place, kind of coming up with cool little beats, and then Will would be upstairs, and like at lunchtime or at some point in the middle of the day, we'd kind of show each other what we're working on, and then Will would have me send some of my stuff, and he'd send me some of his stuff,
Cool,
and I
yeah.
kind of it was a lot of collaboration, which was super cool.
Oh yeah. I would just walk by your room and kind of like come back and be like, what's that? It's like just super cool.
That's so
Send me
awesome.
that. And then that I feel like did open a new kind of door into even like us collaborating, but also
And
new
just learning.
sounds and learning. Yeah.
Like I would
love how
show you what I'm learning with sample manipulation.
Yeah.
And even with like
Ableton
drum
blown
sounds
my mind.
and-
Like I don't know how much you know about like,
Nothing.
So like
Absolutely nothing.
I'd say the big three are Pro Tools, Logic,
Mhm.
and Ableton,
Yeah.
and each of them kind of has their own thing that they're really like good at
Yeah.
doing, and
Mhm.
other things that they suffer in. And I grew up on Pro Tools because my older brother is a Pro Tools guy,
Mhm.
and I just learned it from him. And Pro Tools more has to do with recording real instruments in
Yeah.
audio.
Okay.
So like audio people who like to record something that's really in the room and stuff, really
Mhm.
I find like Pro Tools. But then like Ableton is more for like your beat makers or your people who design a lot of live shows.
Yeah.
Because that's what people use to like run their lights and
Cool.
tracks and everything. And then Logic I feel like is the most common because it's like
Mhm.
it's free.
Mhm.
It's like your classic college bedroom pop kind of thing because it has all these sounds already in there.
Yeah.
It's an Apple product, so it's
it
been cool
handles
to like,
both really well too. I think like as far as audio tracks, and I mean there's even like live show capability too with Logic. Which is really good. But it does fall short at the fact that it's only available for Mac,
Mhm.
which is a
that's
big
all I
thing, too.
use anyway. But
Yeah.
but like Nanny loves Logic, so
Okay,
we all
yeah.
make on a different music software.
Interesting.
And so if Nanny and I tried to make the same song, it would sound so different
Mhm.
because of the sounds that come innately in
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
So I could listen to an artist and be like, and pretty much predict what they produce out of,
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting.
just because of
Yeah.
there's a
Different
certain level
sounds
of
and, yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that each one is native to. So
Mhm.
that's cool to like merge those because then you come up with new stuff.
Mhm.
Like the way you make beats in Ableton is way different than I do in Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And so that makes cool new stuff. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Who would you say, like, with all of that, are some of your newer influences in this time and, like, exploring some of that, and then some of your just, like, old classic influences?
I think towards the beginning of quarantine, we were kind of like shooting out these like covers, like really well done covers in our living room. And at that time, I think Post Malone came out with Circles.
Yeah.
And even I think Coldplay. When did Coldplay's album come out?
Oh,
That was
right
recent
before
too, wasn't it?
right before COVID. Like that's something I've listened to so many times. Everyday Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That.
so beautiful. Post Malone for sure.
Yeah. And even Harry Styles, because he came out with
King.
some-
Thank you.
So those I think are a lot more of like our newer influences.
Mhm.
Coldplay has always like kind of been a big one for us too, but
1975 came out with theirs kind of at the start, like their newest album,
Mhm.
which I loved. Like a lot of those singles, and every time they come out with new stuff, I remember like the old stuff I like, so I go back
yeah.
and listen again. Nanny loves like club music.
Yeah,
so,
and that, like, house
Yeah.
music.
He's
Yeah,
really-
100%.
Yeah, so he likes like the whole album so much, but like that it was kind of honestly, I haven't really listened all the way through yet to the new one.
The
Oh,
newest
to the
one?
new
Because-
album. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
like literally Nanny's like dream.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
He-
mean? It's
yeah,
everything
he
he would ever
loves
want.
it.
it is
It's
true.
not my favorite 1975, but it's super interesting the different stuff they explored with. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
tried out and stuff like that.
Totally. I love to see artists just doing new things.
Oh yeah, full send.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Full send.
What
yeah.
is stopping you is my question.
Also,
Um,
one thing is, I started to really like. We learned the name of it, which is New Jack Swing,
Oh,
like that style of music.
Okay.
Like your '90s, 2000s R&B.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's been lighting me up. So expect that
Yeah.
on New Pacific
Oh
for sure.
please.
Dude, that's been so fun to just like find samples and try to emulate some of these classic sounds.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that to me, it feels like I'm discovering a new world and all that.
Yeah.
But it's been around since before I was
Forever.
born.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I not know that people were making music?
Man,
like this?
there's a song in Goofy Movie.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that
Oh,
movie?
of
Like
course
the
I
Goofy
do.
movie?
Yeah.
So good.
Da, 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 da.
It's like synth anthem, but
Dun, 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 dun,
oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that was
We're
a
gonna
jam
need a
for
full
while.
cover of that.
Yeah.
The Goofy Movie soundtrack by Pacific.
We could do
Dude,
that
oh,
for sure.
so
It just makes you
fun.
want to dance, and
Yeah.
that's been so fun.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So that's been so awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pacific, I feel like we didn't even go over this. I think you need to tell the audience who's in Pacific, besides you two, how you met, where you came from,
Our
what you
roles,
do.
yeah.
Like a little, Spark Note, little elevator pitch.
Sweet. Yeah. Pacific is me, Will Hunter. I sing and play guitar. It is Nick Valdez over here on the drums, and Corey Anderson on the bass, and Nathaniel, we call him Nanny, Philbrick on the keys. And we have been a band together for about 2 years now. It kind of started with just me like throwing an EP together, putting it out under the name Pacific, even though it was just me.
Yeah.
And then I met the guys. We started to travel around and play house shows, and that turned into real shows at real places with sound systems. And then the rest is kind of being written right now.
That's crazy.
But yeah, what do we have, like maybe 10 songs out, 2 EPs and a few singles out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just put out a kind of a punk song called Yellow Bleach, and
So good.
ironically I wrote it before COVID and everything, but
Yeah. I
One of the-
remember you sitting on that one for a while.
yeah, I probably
You
wrote
showed
it
that
like
to me a
last
while
summer or
ago. Yeah.
something. And but one of the trends of quarantine was dyeing your hair,
Yeah.
and I was like, I guess now's the
here it
time.
is.
Yeah, which looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
And even like shirts, like bleach shirts and tie-dye
Yeah,
shirts
a
and
lot
stuff.
of bleach has been around during COVID. Is
Totally.
that healthy? Maybe not, but
Right.
we'll take it.
Yeah. That messed up generation after
Yeah.
this. But coincidentally, all that was kind of blown up, and things like TikTok, and literally everywhere I'd go, I'd see people in tie dye and bleach.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it was cool to get to release it and
Yeah.
all that and stuff. But
I know. How's that felt to get that out? New music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's been really awesome because I mean we had to cancel like over 40 shows or so.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
So yeah, we
Man.
were just looking forward to something. Like
Yeah.
it just really gave us something to really like put our heads together as far as like marketing and then
Mhm.
strategy and
Yeah.
and all that wise. So
we did a video for it, which was fun to make.
Please tell
Yeah.
everyone about the video.
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
The
good.
video, like we found literally I think he's 9-year-old kid named Carter, who is like the best, most down for it kid with a mohawk, and got him to dye his hair while he like listens to our band on like fake MTV.
What a
and
king.
it's super fun, just like your classic summer song of the 2000s, which I wish I could permanently live there. So kind of a flashback to all that. That was really fun to make and like plan for and release and everything.
Yeah. I remember the idea, because we could have easily gone like, oh, it's got to be like a skateboard
Yeah.
thing. But we already have Crumble.
Right.
And
Crumble also slaps.
we were just
One of my
like,
all-time faves.
but we were like, he needs to be on a scooter. Like whoever he is, he's
Yes.
got to be like that scooter kid.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny that we found Carter, who has a scooter, but also has sparks, like a brake.
Shut up.
The brake, what do you even call it? The
Yeah,
brake
yeah.
on the scooter, like if you press it, it sparks like behind. There's a trail of sparks.
Yeah,
We were
it's
like,
not CGI
this-
in the video.
I
It's-
didn't
it's for
even
real.
realize he already had that and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, what
it
a
was-
king. How did you find
just
him?
played
Who
himself.
is this kid?
He's the like nephew of the producer
Okay.
of the music video.
Makes sense. I didn't know if you just like pulled him off the street.
Oh, that'd be cool. But
Could you imagine?
we kept it in
Hey.
the family.
We want you in a music video.
Yeah, but it's cool because like some of his good friends, like have a
Oh.
YouTube channel
They're like
and
vloggers,
stuff, and
like
they're vloggers,
10-year-old
and like
vloggers.
a couple hundred views or less on
Uh-huh.
their videos, and so it's cool now that like he has this video to
That's so sweet.
show to his friend that has like 30,000 views or something.
That's so sweet.
And
Little
so-
Carter.
Yeah, I hope I haven't gotten to see him since then, but I hope he's like really proud of himself.
Yeah, he did such a good job. Like,
he must have felt like a star. I can't imagine being like, 9 or 10, being in like a music video.
Right.
Wow.
I hope so. It was a very long day, like, of shooting.
Yeah.
So
he was a champ. Yeah.
He was such a champ. Yeah.
From like 6:30 to like midnight or so.
My God.
He was
It
like,
was a long day, but
he was in.
We got a little like Happy Meal chicken nuggets while we were like dying.
There's a behind the scenes video on YouTube, and there's a shot of like, apparently is a TikTok thing, but all the kids like get their McDonald's cup and they stick their chicken nugget like cardboard through the straw, so the straw's sticking up.
Okay, yeah.
And they do the dipping sauce on one side. Yeah. It's like this whole contraption. And so he's like life hacked this thing in front of me. I'm like, who are you? And he pulls out his iPad and is playing while I am like blow drying his hair to make the dye set in. I was like, you are already a rock star. Gosh.
Yeah, so funny.
Does that make you feel old too? With this little life hack? I feel like that makes you
so
feel
many
like a man.
Things make me feel old, yeah. But that
is very nostalgic for both of us too, because the whole idea of it too was it's like that's kind of who we were like as kids, like looking up to like our favorite bands, and
so
it's kind of a testimony as how Pacific is even a thing.
Yeah, you even said when watching the video, you're like, my whole life I've always like looked to the drummers in music videos and said like, I want to be them. And for the first time I feel that way, and I am the drummer.
It was
that's really sweet.
Yeah. So it did make me feel like old, but also like happy. Like, I'm super stoked to be in this.
Yeah. Who were those bands when you were younger that you were like the biggest fan of? Like, oh, this is it for me.
Oh man, there were a lot. There were like a lot of different eras. My biggest one was probably Switchfoot for a long time. Yeah. But then even like Yellowcard and
Incubus. Man, Incubus was big.
Incubus is huge. Yeah.
Jose Pasillas, man, paving the way for us Latino drummers.
Dude.
Yeah, I love that guy. I was like everything. I remember they had like a whole bunch of tour vlogs and like recording or studio vlogs on YouTube from like 2006 when YouTube was like born. And I would just spend hours watching him because I was like, I want all of his mannerisms. I wish I could smile like him.
That's so real though.
It became so obsessive.
You like do everything they do. I mean, maybe part of the reason I have long hair is because of Brandon Boyd.
Yes.
So, like, big time.
Shout out Incubus.
Yep. All American Rejects.
Oh yeah.
Blink 182.
Oh yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers for me. I was a big Red Hot Chili Peppers guy growing up.
Quite some range. Did you have any like fanboy moments in your life or as a little boy?
I don't think I ever had the opportunity to like meet someone to make me fanboy.
Definitely Switchfoot, like, because my dad was also a Switchfoot fan, and so every time they were 2 to 5 hours away, he would buy tickets. And like the VIP tickets, and we'd go in the line and like meet and greet them, and that was happening all the way till I was like 18. I was like, Dad,
we gotta go.
They don't want to meet us again. Like, stop.
It's like, oh, it's Willard and Jeff again.
It's like, hey guys,
it's
sup?
me again.
So we had to tell my dad, like, please, it's so sweet that you do this, but I think we're a little too old. There were definitely other moments that I am totally blanking on.
It's okay.
But you've had a lot of fangirl moments.
I have. I'm
envious of your stories.
I'm quite I've got a couple of them. I'm trying to think if I don't think I've met or had any with any of the people you guys have mentioned. But I'll, with like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Can you imagine? Like, one time. It's quite a lifestyle I lived for quite some years.
The scene, like the show scene.
Oh, the show scene. Like me, like sleeping outside of concerts, like meeting people, like after shows, like you guys probably have some crazy fangirls, and like that was me. Like I was like tweeting people like Teehee notice me. Like like that was
before
this
that
girl.
was even like a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, like early Twitter. I was like
Early
Tumblr
Twitter.
age.
okay, yeah.
So like I had a One Direction Tumblr account. Yep. You heard it here first.
That is
One Direction
amazing.
Tumblr account with 2 of my
That was
friends
you?
in
I'm
middle
just
school.
kidding.
I had 10,000 followers.
Wow.
Straight up.
Jeez. Tumblr was
Back in
no
those
joke. I
days, too,
remember
yeah.
Tumblr. That was a
Yeah,
big deal.
it was an era.
Wow.
Tumblr erased me, which it probably isn't a good thing. But yeah,
You
I was.
turned out great.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I will say I I credit myself with Yellowcard's comeback.
Let me hear it.
Oh, yeah,
This
this
is
is
a
a good
big
one.
statement. I'm well aware.
Okay.
However, I'm taking you back to 2009, 2010, MySpace.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
see
find the lead singer Ryan Key
Uh-huh.
on MySpace.
Yeah.
And at this point, man, did I love Yellowcard. Like every song, I was like LP the drummer, shout out
Uh-huh.
LP.
Yeah.
Gosh, big influence.
Yeah.
Loved Yellowcard. Me and my best friend in high school loved him. And we reach out. I remember typing to Ryan Key on MySpace, send him a message, thinking it's gonna go nowhere. Said,
Uh-huh.
hey, really love Yellowcard. It makes me sad you guys are on a hiatus. Is there any chance you guys would come back? And he said, hey man, no, we're unfortunately our hiatus is indefinite. Like, really thankful for you as a fan though. It was really nice.
Oh.
But we were like freaking out that he responded.
Yeah.
Not even a year later, they announced the comeback.
And it was
And
all
I
you.
was like, yo!
Like he's sitting there like just depressed.
Yes,
One
just
day.
clicks on my MySpace profile and only one is my MySpace song. And he's like,
You know, I should see what the guys are
I
up
should,
to.
yeah, I should call him.
Oh yeah.
Golly.
Oh my
And they're
God,
all
that's-
like, you know what? I've been thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Next
Oh my
year,
gosh.
Yellow Card album.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
thanks
know,
for
Getting them
from
back
all of
together.
us. Thank
it's-
you.
Hey,
Is that when
it's
they
a
came
heavy
out
burden
with?
to bear? But
Is that
I'm
when they
getting
came
back.
out with "When You're Through Thinking, Say Yes"? Was
Yes.
That like,
Yes.
Say yes. You got you too.
It's right in the
was
song and
thinking-
everything. Wow.
Dang. Thanks for that. There were some great songs
Oh
on there.
man, and I remember like I wasn't allowed to like buy anything on iTunes, but I
Uh-huh.
was like, Dad, I need to buy this album right now.
That was a
They
big
need
deal
my
back then.
support.
$10 was like, all right.
And it was $15.99.
Oh,
That's how much that new
the
album
deluxe.
was. It was the deluxe. I wanted it all. I was like,
Dang.
I
With that,
hope
like-
in the credits they credit
Nick
like
Valdez,
the
yeah.
little Nick Valdez MySpace kid.
That one kid on MySpace.
Yeah.
Not even your name.
Yeah.
But they just retired like this year or last
In
year.
Nashville though, like
Man, the
I
day
like know one Yellow Card song. I know.
Ocean Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a fake.
That's all you need to know.
Right?
you gotta you just
Honestly,
gotta listen. It's so good.
I wouldn't say I've torn up their discography like I have with
Yeah.
bands like Incubus. Like I could,
Well, yeah.
I
Mhm.
probably know every single Incubus song
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
maybe all the words, every guitar riff.
Every single thing.
Yeah, I love
The
Incubus.
breaths they breathe. I know.
Literally, he does do this all the time, and I'm in the car every time.
Sticks his tongue out on vowels.
Yeah, we like mimic them all the time.
I was such a big One Direction fan. Like I could tell you who was breathing in the song. I probably still could.
Oh, the Liam's breath, nice.
Yeah, you're like nice one there.
Breathes in a C sharp.
That R sounded a bit Scottish.
No, yeah, it was really bad.
That
Not
is
English,
so funny.
Scottish.
You know, I have a really funny and embarrassing story for like, I did not like pop culture as a
Okay, yeah.
like, what was it like junior high
Tween.
kid? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the punk in me or something, but like for some reason, if it was like popular, I didn't want anything to
You said,
do with
"I don't
it.
care."
Had to go against the current.
Yeah, apparently I had to be unique or something.
It's a band
But
name.
my older siblings were in college, and like that's when Lord was blown
Oh,
up,
yeah.
like pure heroin.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
But also, One Direction's debut album was on the rise,
Yes.
which my girlfriend claims to be their first fan, or like one of their first fans.
I bet.
That's a story for
Honestly,
later.
I'll give it to her.
But my sister started playing What Makes You Beautiful on the way to get ice cream.
Yeah.
And I said, turn it off. Turn it off. I started screaming, turn it off. And I like unlocked the car to get out.
Oh,
And they're
my
like, Will,
gosh.
stop. You're being such a buzzkill, which I totally was.
And like in your head, it's like a movie's playing.
Yeah.
Like, the door slams.
Yeah.
Stop
Hair
it.
with-
I was
with
such
the
a
ice
drama
cream.
queen.
That's so,
But
I feel like
now,
everyone goes through
love
that
One
phase.
Direction.
Love One Direction.
Love their songs.
I know.
They're awesome.
true, yeah.
And Harry Styles too, king.
King. Chef's kiss.
Yes.
I would do anything for that man.
On the
Us.
record.
Thoughts on the short hair?
Oh, I
Harry
like the
Styles.
short
Yeah,
hair.
short hair.
I like the short
Nice.
hair a lot. I liked the long hair.
Yeah.
I think that was like that phase of him. You know,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can't imagine him with long hair now.
That's true.
He was also like his hair was receding, so
That's true.
You know, I think he was trying to save him.
Dang.
His hairline, yeah.
That's true.
But I still love him.
I grew up my hair because of Harry Styles' hair.
Did you really?
I did.
Was that for real?
That's so for real.
You never told me that.
I know. I try not to make that public knowledge,
Yeah.
but here I am.
Yeah.
Say it on the record.
Yeah, here I am. It's on record.
Long
I
hair's
said it,
powerful.
everyone.
You guys both have very powerful, luscious locks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a like prerequisite for being in the band.
Yeah.
Except for one exception. Yeah.
Sorry, boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Our
he's
best-
the first one who will tell you.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
He is a very.
Oh, I
he's a-
miss him.
he's so
I love
fun.
him. I haven't seen him since I moved into this house. Isn't that crazy?
You gotta reach out.
I know.
He doesn't have a car right now though.
That's okay, I'll find
Oh
him.
man, if he was here right now, he would.
He would tear it up.
He would tear up this microphone about
Geico.
about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't
right, because he
trying
got
to
in that
name drop.
axe.
Yeah.
Didn't someone hit him?
Someone hit him and he
Someone hit
still
him.
hasn't gotten. It's been a month, over a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Hearts go out to Nanny.
Hearts out to Nanny.
Hearts
Yeah.
out to Nanny.
His
Everyone-
Venmo is.
I was just gonna say, everyone Venmo Nanny $1.
Honestly, that would make him so happy. He's
yeah,
like.
he's
He's always
lost
on the
income
brink
from-
of like bankruptcy.
Always.
But he could have $1 bazillion. And
Yep.
he's just such a live life to the fullest kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know.
He likes to live it on the edge, you know.
He does. I've literally seen him with like $40 to $60 in his bank account, then go buy himself a like exquisite pasta dinner
Yeah.
for $40 with like fresh cheese
Fresh olive
for
oil.
one meal. Like I know.
He's like, guys, $40. Where are we going?
Oh, sweet
I love
boy.
him, man. He's so fun.
Yeah, he's so fun.
We need that kind of like spunk though.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
that
yeah.
energy.
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
all be responsible.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, you gotta have one in the band. That's a little.
Right.
Ooh.
That's true. So we just have 3.
So-
I mean, Corey's an accountant, so
oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
he's probably the most reliable,
Oh,
responsible,
man.
predictable guy, but
Love-
also yet surprising. He surprises me all the times. The things that will just like erupt out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Energy, dance moves.
Yes, dude. Me and Corey are the meme lords. Of
Oh,
this band.
yep. Okay.
Yes, you are.
Man, do we just get each other. Me and Corey.
It's just another level
It
that
is
you
another
connect,
level.
just
He-
brain to brain.
Oh man, he was one of my very first friends when I moved here,
Oh,
and
Mhm.
I just remember feeling so just comfortable with him,
that's so sweet.
and just because we bonded off of our SpongeBob like humor.
Yep.
We just,
I was a big SpongeBob girl growing up. Oh God, yeah.
No.
I
way.
had. This is embarrassing. I think this is where my fangirl actually started. I'm just making this realization. I
from
got.
Tom Kenny or SpongeBob.
No, do you remember those Nickelodeon magazines? Do you guys
Yeah,
ever like see
yeah.
those? So I would like get those. Don't know how, because my parents definitely didn't pay for those. So like somehow they showed up at my house. I would cut out every picture of SpongeBob in those magazines and like tape it in a notebook. And I just like had this notebook that was my SpongeBob notebook, and it just like had SpongeBob pictures in it. Like, what was I doing with that? No idea.
That is.
You're like,
And, like-
the kid on their commercials.
No,
Like-
I was. And like one birthday party, my sister made me a SpongeBob cake, and my party favors was a I also had to be like the unique one. It was a cactus, but then we went to Home Depot and there was SpongeBob like paint that they were selling, so we got SpongeBob paint samples and wrote everyone's names on it and connected it to the cactus. Like, I loved SpongeBob.
That
That is hilarious.
Corey would die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the How to Draw SpongeBob books.
Yes, I also had those. It's ingrained like so deeply into my memory.
Yes, and I remember having the hardest times with the squiggles.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, it's just a rectangle, but I would squiggle so far. It was like it ended up being like a triangle, like a trapezoid. I was like, how did I get so carried away as to forget what a rectangle looks like? Man.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Gosh.
What a
that's
king.
cool. My mom never liked SpongeBob, so I would always have to watch it in secret.
Yeah. I don't know how
It
my
was
parents.
It's like a chaotic kind of show. If you
It's
think
the
about it.
noise, I think, is
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
annoying.
Yeah.
If I was a mother, I would probably not let my children watch
Yeah,
it
like,
just because
Yeah.
it's annoying.
But then again, she did let us watch Dragon Ball Z, which
Okay.
is maybe not much better.
Yeah.
Just more like
Mhm.
grunty instead of like laughy,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
That's true.
But
Dang. Wow. Well, you
yeah.
biggest SpongeBob fans right here in the
Nice.
house. So what's next words are so hard for me. What? What is next for Pacific?
Next for Pacific, we asked the CDC,
Okay,
you
yeah.
know, when we're allowed to
I'll hit him up.
play in venues again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Honestly, we're kind of waiting until after this election to see what
Yeah.
all changes, because
Mhm.
like no matter who wins, I think just a lot's going to change,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and people are going to have a lot more clarity as to what next year is going to look like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping to get back on the road in the spring.
Nice.
That's like
I
our
feel like that's a
think
valid.
optimistic goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally out of our control, and that's a best guess. I know like a lot of venues and booking like industry people have been furloughed or laid
Mhm.
off,
Mhm.
and so there's hardly anyone to contact
Yeah.
about doing these things,
Mhm.
and so we'll see. I actually have a call tomorrow about like predicting what that may look like.
Yeah.
So hopefully shows in the spring. Definitely more music. It just is a matter of when and how we want to do it.
Mhm.
I have stuff that I'm really really excited to show everyone. And
Yeah. We have one that's off in mastering right now, and
Fun.
yeah, we're still kind of deciding what we're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
yeah,
We just had that studio get built in the backyard.
Oh, so beautiful.
there was a couple weeks we just set aside and just put some demos in there and
Mhm.
like see
Yeah.
what can come out of it, what can come to life.
Dang.
Yeah.
And,
That's really exciting.
yeah. we have
Yeah.
some good
Well,
stuff.
this is your place to plug anything. So anything you want to plug,
ooh,
here's your space.
Definitely gotta plug YouTube.
yeah. I mean,
And I'll put this all up on the Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you go follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
We are the Band Pacific on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, and you can see Yellow Bleach, our newest video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe, check us out.
Heck yeah.
On Spotify. Yeah, just let your local Spotify people know who we are, and do
Shout out.
throw us
Spotify.
on some playlists. That would be awesome. But yeah, just come be a part of the journey. We are going all the way. So
Yeah, they are. So jump on now while you can.
Yes.
Before they're going too fast.
there's plenty of room on the bandwagon. It's not.
Okay, sure.
It's not
sure.
very full yet.
Yeah.
Hey, yes it is. Okay, I have rapid fire questions now.
Oh wow.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I mean, you don't have to answer them fast, but do what you please.
Yeah, like
That'd be
stream of
weird.
conscience.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
Okay, number one. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Can I pull up
I don't
Spotify?
have
Yeah,
one.
sure. Take your time. Really, it's not
Oh,
rapid fire.
I think it's got to be You by Lainey.
Okay.
I've
yeah.
been playing it so much. I don't know
Okay.
why. Cause I think it feels like worship and like
Yeah.
spiritual, like, but also Lainey. So
Mhm.
I'm like,
Good answer.
also like guilty pleasure. It's not like
Yeah.
the cool song that you're like, oh, obviously new Drake. Like, you know,
Yeah. Wow. I haven't listened to a lot of new music.
new Bieber,
okay.
new
I've
Justin
been listening.
Bieber
New Bieber's good.
with Chance
Mhm.
the Rapper.
Yeah.
That's been one for sure.
Okay. It doesn't have to be like a brand new song. Just like, what are you listening to right now?
I haven't been listening to anything.
We normally
Podcast.
listen to music in the car, and
Mhm.
we normally take my car, and so I normally.
So you said I'm
the
in
DJ.
control.
Yeah.
Okay, good answers.
I haven't had my little dongle for my aux cord either, so my
You're
car rides
sure?
have been so quiet lately.
Your
I've
poor
been listening
car.
to my lonely thoughts.
I know. Well, okay, in the gym, I listen to this band called North Lane,
Okay.
Just
and
metal.
I just can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I said there's something about listening to metal in the gym that just.
Hey, it is gent. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, next question. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
U2
1975.
in Ireland.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh, that probably went off.
that was like. I didn't. In fact,
Here's
I-
the asterisk, everyone.
yeah, I didn't even know who U2
Didn't
was
even-
until I saw them live
Oh.
in their hometown. It
Wow.
was literally my best concert moment ever. I saw people like, they had like 3 nights sold out shows. In the night I was there, there were like people on their knees just crying to U2 songs. And I was like, these guys must be pretty big. And I went home and just like binge listened so much U2.
Yeah.
Fell in love.
Oh. Remember when they downloaded their album on all of our phones?
All millennials hate that.
I heard it the other day.
That's funny. For me, the
Yes.
1975 when they were in Nashville,
That was a great
Yeah.
one.
man, they. I think that was like right when I was figuring out Ableton and like how to work it for live shows too. So I
Mhm.
was just, even past the music part of it, like I was just floored with their stage production and
Yeah.
lighting.
Oh
and
yeah.
it was incredible.
We saw them there, and then we went and drove to Greensboro.
Right. I was supposed to come.
You were.
Yeah. And then I
yeah.
had to work.
Okay, well, this may like make it better. We went there and we're like really kind of disappointed because the first show was so
Like,
good.
so yeah.
Like we were so close.
Yeah.
It sounded like really great for an amphitheater.
Mhm.
The energy in the place was just insane. People
Yeah, I bet.
were jumping the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And then the second time, there was like just big gaps of people. The energy didn't translate. The mix was really not as great, and it could have been just where we were.
Yeah.
But
Well, not bummed I missed it.
I know,
guess.
yeah. That show was special, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gone for the Nashville show too.
Oh. man.
I was in
Isabel.
Europe, so like I can't complain.
That okay.
But
Where
I
they
missed
from?
them. I missed them here, and then I left Europe, and they went right to
Oh.
where I was like 2 days later. I was like,
That doesn't sound
Wow.
like your luck either.
no,
Like, normally
I
you're the
know,
one- yeah.
right? Gosh, the Backstreet Boys were playing. Backstreet Boys, or was it?
Man, Backstreet Boys.
The Backstreet Boys were
some bangers.
Yes, they were playing when I was in Berlin, and I tried. I searched high and low for tickets, and they were sold out, like not a ticket in sight.
Wow.
I know. Okay, last rapid fire.
All right.
If you could collab with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
What? Jay Dilla.
Love it.
This is like why we sharpen each other. It's like
sharpen
I
each
would have been like not even on my list.
Man,
Jeez, there's so many great ones.
yours are very like takes a lot of artistic.
Yeah.
It's like
Mine
what
is
genre
just
do I
like
want to
these.
be in? Like that. My childhood would say John Foreman,
Mm-hmm.
but like my now, maybe Paul Klein,
Okay.
maybe
Fun answer.
Justin Bieber,
Okay.
maybe Kendrick Lamar. Like
Maybe all of them.
maybe all of those people.
All at once?
Man,
I don't know if Kendrick
pockets are
would
big
like
enough.
me.
for
Or
all
Matt
these
Healy.
Name
Okay.
drops.
Yeah. Yeah, so any of those, you know, if you know them,
Okay.
send them my way.
I will. Yeah, I'll hit them up.
Yeah,
now.
that's great.
It's on my list of things
Okay,
to do
yeah,
after this.
cool,
Yeah.
thanks.
Boys, thanks for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for
And
having
thanks
us.
for being a part. And go check out Pacific. They're so great. They're so fun. Dance to their stuff. And, you know, do what you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously,
Just do
do
it.
what you have to do.
In the words of Shia LaBeouf.
In the words of Nike, just do it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Hey, Justin, what's up, dude? Yeah. Look, it's Will here. You know, you and I are close, and I was thinking you really need to be on Isabel's podcast because she's just like, she's the whole thing. She's the whole package. She's weird just like you, but totally normal too. She is if she were a grade in school, she'd be an A++. And so I really think you should come on her podcast. Do you agree, Nick?
I 100% agree. Yep. Yeah, if you thought South Harmon Institute of Technology was a good idea, my friend, you better believe coming on Isabel's podcast is a great idea.